Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Healthy Business Podcast. I'm Sarah Cook, and today I'm going to be talking about the only 3 ways that you can grow your business. Now, the number one thing that I hear from my audience is that they want more money in their business. And often this is equated to many people thinking that they need more clients to bring in more money. And actually, this is the hardest way to generate more income. In addition to this, so whilst you're maybe fully booked, and that is a great thing from a vanity perspective, it can actually lead to more problems within your business. And I've talked a lot about how, when you scale your business and then you feel like you're, at your capacity from a financial perspective, from a time perspective. So being fully booked isn't the end goal here. Creating a business in a way that feels good for you, whilst you can still generate more income, when you can still have more impact and actually have the time freedom that you so want, that for me is the way that you should be growing your business. Now, really, in reality, there are only 3 ways to grow your business. First one is to increase your client numbers, and this is the one that most people focus on. The second way is to increase your spend value from each client. And the third one is to increase your frequency of purchase. Everything else that you hear about growing your business is marketing and sales tools and tactics. So in this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you, and we're going to delve into each of those 3 areas and really think about what you can do about each of those 3 areas, because you want to focus on the right activities to not just grow your income, but also to maximize your profit. So before we get into the details around this, you might be thinking that there are loads of things that you can be doing to grow your business, in addition to what I've shared with those 3 ways. Things like being active on social media, being constantly visible, maybe doing paid adverts, collaborations, networking, referrals, all of those kind of things. But the reality is those are just marketing mechanics and activities that you can do in order to increase either your clients, your value, or your frequency. So 3 things we're going to boil this down to. So looking at how you can increase your clients. Now, this is without a doubt the single most popular area that people spend their time, their money, and their effort in trying to do. And when you're starting out in business, obviously, it is important. You need to grow your client base. But as you start to grow, as you start to scale, there are definitely more efficient ways of growing your income. And the first reason for that is that getting new clients is the hardest way of increasing your revenue. And it can also be the most expensive way of increasing your revenue. Now, this is because not only do you have to spend longer nurturing them and building that relationship with them, but if you're doing paid adverts to bring more people into your audience and your business, that's obviously going to add to your costs and therefore impact your profit. So in previous podcast episodes, I've shared ways that you can grow your audience from a marketing and content perspective. So for this episode, I really want to share some other ideas, but more from a sales perspective, because increasing your sales is something that I'm hearing lots of people want at the moment. So maybe there's something like an affiliate scheme or a friend referral scheme. Now, we know that being visible is key in the awareness stage when you are drawing people into your world. But we also know from a human nature perspective that people buy from people. So having that relationship where someone trusts you is so, so key, especially when it comes to nurturing them and converting them into a paying client. So testimonials and word of mouth can really help with bringing new people into your audience, as well as nurture and convert them. And that will happen much quicker if you've got that social proof, that those golden nuggets, really, that people can instantly trust what you are offering is actually going to help them with whatever their problem is. So when a potential client comes to you from a referral, they're much more likely to become a paying client because they don't need as much nurturing. And this is definitely worth considering when you're trying to increase your client numbers. So different ways that you can do this. You could get people to become an affiliate for you. That obviously has a cost implication, or maybe a value implication if you're giving something away in return for them bringing people to you. Maybe it's about asking customers to write a review on your Facebook page or on Google. Maybe there's some collaboration packages that you could look at. Obviously, you have paid for adverts, things like Google, SEO, Google My Business can work really well for this. And I've got a lot of clients, especially if your business is locally based, that Google My Business makes a huge difference. Think about where your audience is looking for your products and services. That's where you want to be most active. Okay, so thinking about the second point of growing your business is increasing your value. Now, if you already have a reliable, regular client base, think about you can increase their spend value. Now, this isn't about taking advantage of people already in your world. This is about thinking how you could increase your average transaction value. Now, that's the easiest method of the three of growing sales because your existing clients already know and like and trust you. So you already have that relationship with them. And a lot of this is related to your sales mindset. So don't assume that people are not going to pay. If they have a problem or a need and you are putting together the right offer for them, they will decide what it is that will work for them. Don't assume that they will never be able to buy. Think about supermarkets. Think about the numerous brands that are available on each shelf of what is essentially the same product, but they're being sold at different price points. Now, that's because a brand has created a value perception, and different people will shop for those products depending on the value that they place on it. So strawberry jam is one of those examples that I use all the time. Now, if you're walking down the jam aisle in your local supermarket, you will see the shelves of jars filled with strawberry jam. And I can almost guarantee that there will not be two jars that are being sold at exactly the same price point. So how you can implement that within your own business to increase spend value without feeling awkward is essentially you believing in yourself, that you are 100% confident in what you're putting out there. You are the expert and your clients trust you in recommending something that you think will work for them, whether that's a product or whether that's a service. Now, from a really simple mathematical perspective, think about how this could work for you, and you will see how you can work smarter and not harder for that financial income goal that you're striving for. Even just a small percentage can make a huge difference. So as an example, if you've got a customer that you see once a quarter, or maybe they buy from you once a quarter, that's 4 times a year. Maybe it's a workshop that you're putting on a quarterly basis, for example. With an average, maybe they're spending £50 per session, per offer that they're buying. That equates to £200 over the year. If you increase that spend just by 20% each time, so you move that £50 up to £60 a session, that becomes £248 a year. So if you think about how many clients that are buying into that offer across the year, that becomes a huge increase. So suddenly, if you start seeing 100 clients or 100 sales and you increase that overall value for the year, that goes from 20,000 to 24,000. So that's an extra 4,000 by doing very little. And I know it's not always as simple as that, but I think it's really important to give you that example, but also to position yourself as unique, whether it's the way that you offer your service or actually the offer that you're putting out there. So really thinking about how you can increase that spend value. There are loads of different ways, because obviously I've just talked about price increases there, but maybe looking at your increase of your profit margins. Do you have overheads or business costs that you could reduce? Maybe there's a simpler way of doing something that you could optimize your services online to remove some of your overhead costs. Maybe if you're selling physical products, you could change the packaging slightly to reduce your costs without having an impact on the final delivery to your client or your customer. Maybe there's a way that you are already putting things out there that are free that you could bundle those together at a special bundle package price. Maybe there are some additional products and services that you could put out there, really thinking about your customer journey, what they're looking for. Maybe there are some upgrades. Maybe there are some VIP options. So thinking about your clients and your offerings, are there opportunities to upgrade what you already offer, but with a premium price? So many ways that you can do this and make people feel special. Maybe it's giving them extra time with you. Maybe it is giving them a goodie bag with some products. Maybe it's sending them a welcome gift, whether that is, something online or whether it's a physical thing. So many different things that you can do that actually give more value to them, but actually provide that VIP, that upgrade for them as well. But more money comes back into your business. Okay, so the third area was about increasing frequency of purchase. Retaining your clients, getting repeat revenue. Now that is key in building a successful and reliable and a wealthy business, and a sustainable one, which is super important if you want to have that regular cash flow. But you need to give your clients reasons to continue to work with you and buy from you. So once they've had their first experience with you, or maybe they've used your product for the first time, generally they will convert into being a loyal customer for the long term. Because you are the expert, you've provided them with a solution to their problem. But as the expert, you know whether that problem is likely to reoccur or whether there's even something else that they need support with for their full journey to seek that solution. And there are different methods that you can do this. So really thinking about your full customer journey, like what do they need beforehand? What do they need during that time with you? What do they need after that time with you or with that product usage? Really thinking about how you could support that, whether it is onboarding them earlier, but just purely by sending an email that gets them thinking about something else. Maybe it's a tripwire as they're purchasing, or a bump, like an order bump, where they are coming in with a freebie and then you offer them a great offer at even £7, £17, anything between kind of 7 and 97 works really well as a tripwire. But similarly, post-purchase, if someone's bought something from you, you know roughly how long that product or service is going to last them. Could you have something automated from the date of their purchase to remind them of their next level, that this would be a great product or service for them to invest in next? Thinking about your subscriptions, memberships, group programs. What do people need before and after that you can extend, but also increase that frequency as well? Thinking about loyalty schemes. Now, this might be something slightly different, but it might work well for you depending on the type of business that you're in. This can work really well from a products perspective, or therapies, or if you're a yoga teacher, that kind of thing can work really, really well. So I've shared a lot today. What I don't want you to do is go into overwhelm. What I would love for you to do is think about one key area for you to focus on to help you grow your business right now. So out of those 3 areas that we've looked at to grow your sales and profits, identify the one that you are going to prioritize. Maybe it's about increasing your clients. Maybe it's about increasing the value. Maybe it's about increasing the frequency. So it might also be worth really revisiting your business and your lifestyle goals as well to see which area is right for you to focus on right now. Because remember that you can't do everything. So it's always about focusing your time and effort on the right activities for you right now that are actually going to make a difference. Now, if you want more support on this, have a look at my book, Healthy You, Wealthy Business. It's available on Amazon, or you can head to my website, sarahcookcoaching.com/book. Head across to chapter 10. And you will find various exercises in that book to be able to help you navigate and work through what you could do to increase your client numbers, what you could do to increase the spend value from each client, and what you can do to increase the frequency of purchase. And to hold yourself accountable, drop me a message on Instagram at Sarah Cook Coaching and let me know which of those 3 you are going to prioritize. Have a wonderful week. It's absolutely possible to end Q1 in the best possible way when you get intentional. So really think about what you need, think about what your audience needs right now. Let's get intentional and let's focus on one of those things that is going to grow your business and grow your sales right now. I will see you on the next episode.